Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulullah wa ba'd. Okay, this is just a quick reminder regarding the intentions for the 7-stage plan. Now, it seems that patients are having problems with the intentions. And the jinn, and that's basically the jinn playing around with them. Because the jinns know the intentions are effective. So, what can they do to disrupt this process, or the patients from, or disrupt this process of people reading Ruqya on themselves with these intentions? Well, the way they can do that is play around with the establishment or making the intentions. That's where they're playing around with them in the patients at the moment. That's what I've seen, you see. So we've got like 3 groups of people, it seems. You've got the people who think the intentions are something you have to actually read. So making the intentions actually have to read something. I am going to read Ruqya treatment on myself right now. They think they have to actually read something, and that's making the intention. Okay. Another group where they actually think in their head. So they're thinking that what I just read out in their head to themselves. I am reading Ruqya treatment on myself. Okay. In their head they're saying. So you've got one group reading it, another group doing it in their mind. Then you've got the third group which actually read it out, say it out loud. I am reading Ruqya treatment, and then they do their Ruqya. Okay, all 3 are wrong. In fact, you've got to keep away from that. You know, it is kind of a bid'ah really to do like that. What it is, you're just supposed to know that what you're doing. Now, those things are okay if it's just like a reminder. Oh, what am I doing? Let me look at those intentions again. Oh, yeah, I know what I'm doing. That kind of thing, reminding yourself of what it is, what are those intentions, and you sort of say it to yourself, oh yeah, I'm doing that, right, yeah. Fine. Okay, that's all right. So like kind of a reminding yourself of what you're doing. That's okay. But when you make that the actual intention itself, this is my intent, this is what I'm doing, it's wrong. And that's why probably a lot of patients, this is not working for them. Because you started off wrong. The base is wrong. So if the base is wrong, the whole structure which you built on top of that is all wrong. All that rocket that comes after it is all wrong because the base is all wrong. You see. It's very difficult sometimes to try to explain to patients this because the jinn are playing around with them. And some of them feel like, I don't feel like I've done the intention side. I don't think I've done it. Yeah, that's sometimes also from the jinn. You see. Where some patients actually have done the correct intention. They've not done what I've explained to you there. They've made the intention, but they still feel like they've not done it. You see, they don't feel like they've done the intention, you see. And I believe that's sort of waswas from the jinn. The only way maybe I can explain this, let's imagine how simple it is. Imagine this is Zamzam water. Now, it could be that somebody could have just given me this Zamzam water and I just, Bismillah, just drink it. I didn't know it was Zamzam water. So I didn't make any intention for it. You see, Zamzam water, as the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, it's you drink it for whatever you want, for the reason you want for. You see, if there's a reason, cure, for your memory or whatever, you drink Zamzam water for that. You see, it's whatever you intend it to be for, basically. So you got to make the intention though, you see. So if that was Zamzam water, and I didn't know this was Zamzam water, that's not going to work. The hadith doesn't apply to me because I didn't make the intention, you see. And if I wanted to make the intention for that, it wouldn't be me just sitting there, okay, I want to do this, I won't be saying anything, I won't be reading anything, I won't be doing anything in my mind. It would just be intention, oh yeah, my memory is really bad. I need to drink Zamzam water from my memory. I'll remind myself of that, and then Bismillah, just drink straight away. You see, that's how you do the intention. It won't be something where you're reading it out and doing that, no. I really do think that's where a lot of brothers and sisters are having problems with these intentions because of that problem, you see. So what we've got to do here with these intentions is that you've just got to just do it. You can look at them just for a reminder on that, but I say you just do it. I'm doing the Ruqya according to I'm doing Ruqya of stage 1 Ruqya according to Br Saeed's understanding and his meanings of those intentions. That's it. You don't have to do any really go into the intentions are there for you to look at. To see that, look, there's no shirk and there's nothing really happening there. There's no shirk, there's no bid'ah. You can look at the intentions. But what you should do according to how Br Saeed did on himself. Because alhamdulillah, it works. I'm still cured. It's been maybe now 3 weeks now. So there's no loopholes. There's no need to change them. You see, they work. You see? So you just do, I'm doing stage 1, for instance, if you're doing stage 1 of the Ruqya, the 7-stage plan, I'm doing stage 1 Ruqya treatment according to Brother Saeed's understanding and his meaning of his understanding of those intentions, basically. That's what it is. That's all it is. According to Brother Saeed's understanding, that's it, of those intentions. That's all you're doing. I'm reading Ruqya treatment according to Brother Saeed's reading Ruqya treatment for stage one Ruqya treatment according to Brother Saeed's understanding. That's it. That's all you need to do. And you won't have to actually say that. You don't even have to say it in your heart, in your mind. You just know that. So, okay, that's what I'm doing. That's it. Bang. You just do it. You see, there's no need to stop and, pause or anything. Once you've understood it, okay, what am I doing right now? I'm doing Ruqya treatment according to stage 1 Ruqya treatment according to Brother Saeed's understanding. Okay, fine. Bang, you just do it. That's it. You see, that was just a reminder. That is not me making the intention. I just remind myself of what it is and then I start. That's all it is, you see. Okay. And you have to do it according to how I did it on myself, with my understanding. Because these are my intentions, you see. So they've got meanings, you see. You might not be able to understand all of the meanings there. And even if I did tell you everything, explained everything to you, you might forget. Or I myself might forget to explain something to you if I did try to explain it in detail. That's why I didn't explain it in detail. I thought I'd just leave it there so that people can see that there's no shirk and there's no bid'ah. And if they're worried, they can just email me, and then I'll answer some questions there regarding what does that exactly mean, you see. But what you go by is what Saeed Abdullah meant by those intentions when he wrote them, basically. That's all you need to do, you see. Because like I said, if I explain it in detail, you would forget probably something, and that's not good. All right, and you won't include that intention. You can't be doing that. And I might forget to explain something in particular, and then you're not reading the intention according to how I read it on myself, you see. Okay? Because there is no loopholes, alhamdulillah. I'm still cured now. It's been nearly 3 weeks now. So there's definitely no loopholes in it, because if there was a loophole in it, then I would have to improve the intentions, you see. Okay? Sadly, we had one brother. What prompted me to do this, I had 2 cases. I had a brother who said, yeah, Saeed, your intentions are not covering the intending jinns, meaning the jinns were intending to get me. And I said, no, brother, they're there. The intention is there. No, so Saeed, you didn't cover, you covered waiting jinn, but you've not covered the jinn which have intended to come to me. And I said, brother, what's your understanding of waiting? And his understanding of waiting is something completely different from mine. I said, my understanding of waiting is as soon as the jinn has decided to come after me, he's going to get me, basically. He's decided, he's made the intent, meaning he's made the intention, he's decided to get me. He becomes a waiting jinn. So meaning he's waiting to attack me. So I said that, there's no need to add this into the intention, brother. So please drop that off. So alhamdulillah, he dropped it off, you see. So he's thinking, because he's coming with his own understanding, you see. That's why it's better, not maybe sometimes not even to read the intention. For some patients, maybe it's better not to read it. Because they'll start putting in their own interpretation in somebody's intentions, you see. Yeah? Maybe just go by, that. I'm reading the Ruqya treatment, stage 1 Ruqya treatment, according to Brother Saeed's understanding of them, of those intentions. Maybe that's better, rather than when some patients, they go look into the detail, they start thinking of their own things, you see. And they will cause, and they'll come up with their own opinion, just like this poor brother did here, you see. I had a sister who contacted me and said, yeah, Saeed, you didn't cover the protection devices. I said, what do you mean, protection devices? He said, there is some things which are protecting the jinn and stuff from being, so some sort of things which cover the jinn, and these devices, they protect them, and they protect the sihr and that. You've not covered them. I don't see any protection devices here. I said, no, they're there. Anything like that. Usually, in fact, what they usually do, use objects for that kind of stuff. And they don't really, what they're trying to do, they're trying to avoid the intentions by going inside certain things and hiding themselves, you see. And so the intention doesn't hit them, because they're trying to redefine themselves. That's what they basically do, the jinn. But I said to her, going back to the point which she was saying about the protection device, I said, no, that's covered, sister. I said, that's covered in the email. And in fact, what did I say to her? I said to her, I said, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who connects you to the devices. No device can get away unless it is not mentioned in the intentions. Since all devices have been mentioned in my intentions, then there's no need for your intentions, protection devices. For example, this part of the intentions 1 and 2 from the Connect Ruqya, okay, they cover the protection devices that you're talking about, sister. I was talking to her basically. And in the intentions part 1 and 2, we got the phrase that are waiting to connect to me, or waiting to connect to attack me. Okay, including waswas attacks or both. I said to her, the phrase waiting to connect to me, okay, includes the protection devices, because the protection devices do not attack me, but they just connect to me. Because that's where she was worried. I said, no, it's covered, sister. That's where it's covered. The protection devices are those things which they've got for protection, okay. Whatever decides to connect to me, even though it may be some particular device, I've never come across a device like that yet. She's seemed to have, and it might be out there. You know, just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean it's not there. It might be, and she's maybe the only one person who's dealt with it. But it is there. The intention covers it, because we're dealing with anything that they are waiting to connect to me. So connect to me. I didn't say attack me, but something there waiting to connect to me. So anything that wants to connect to me, the Ruqya will hit it. You know, the Ruqya will hit it, inshallah ta'ala. The Ruqya will hit it because it is there. So that's what she was worried about, because her protection devices which she came across, they weren't actually attacking her directly. You see, they weren't really attacking her. They were just connecting to her. I said, well, that gets picked up. That will get picked up. Things like that, they do get picked up from the Ruqya intentions, you see. So, alhamdulillah, these intentions cover everything. There's no need to change it. And like I said, if there was a loophole, then I would be attacked. I would know. But alhamdulillah, it's been about 3 weeks and I've not had any problems. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. 3 weeks and nothing has happened. Alhamdulillah. You see. Babe, I think that's all I wanted to say. Just to reiterate that point, that point about me not going into the details with regards to all of those things in the intentions, because I realized I would probably forget something, and the patients would forget something as well. They might forget something. I will forget to explain something, and they will forget some explanation as well of mine. You see, so it's better just to go by. I'm reading Ruqya, and your intention just be, I'm reading his intentions according to how Br Saeed read it on himself. Basically, that's the best thing to do. That will solve the problem, inshallah ta'ala. That's all I wanted to say.